The summer I thought about cable television. Over the past few months, there has been one constant amidst the ever-changing landscape of my life: the summer I turned pretty. For those unfamiliar, The Summer I Turned Pretty, or TSITP, is an Amazon Prime Video original series based on the book series of the same name by Jenny Han. TSITP follows Isabel, Belly, Conklin as she spends her summers on the beach and, spoiler alert, navigates a love triangle between two brothers, Conrad and Jeremiah Fisher. In full transparency, the writing of the show isn't particularly good. In fact, I would go so far as to say it's pretty bad. Then again, I found myself coming back to the show week after week. When I think of TSITP, I think of curling up on the couch with my mom and sister to watch episodes during summer break. I think of texting my friends about Belly's terrible decisions while they catch up on the show. I think of arguing with my coworkers about Team Conrad versus Team Jeremiah. Don't ask which side I'm on. The thing that made TSITP so good wasn't the show itself but the community it created. So how is it that Amazon Prime Video generated so much buzz around a show about rich teenagers, a mom with cancer, and a questionable love triangle? The answer is simple: weekly releases. Rather than following the traditional full-season release schedule, Amazon opted for the 2020s trend of releasing episodes to its platform on a weekly basis. Traditional streaming allows viewers to binge all episodes of a new season at once, which can be exciting but brief. A weekly release schedule is beneficial for viewers because the cliffhangers build anticipation and the episodes start a new conversation every week. While ongoing conversation is good publicity, it is only one factor motivating streaming services to adopt this model. Weekly releases can contribute significantly to viewership and retention rates. There are, of course, some cons to the weekly release model. First and foremost, weekly release schedules make streaming services feel almost indistinguishable from cable television. What's the difference between catching the newest episode of a show each week on the same channel of television as opposed to streaming a new episode of a Netflix original series each week? The reason streaming services like Netflix, and eventually others like Amazon Prime Video, first began was to change the way we consume content. Netflix was revolutionary because it gave viewers the ability to watch all of their favorite shows all at once. In a way, returning to weekly releases might feel like a step backwards. If every streaming service adopts this model, are we not essentially paying for multiple subscriptions to cable TV? While there are certainly drawbacks to the new release schedule, I consider it a net positive. As of now, streaming services still allow viewers to watch a large number of movies and TV shows at any time and at any pace. The weekly release model has primarily affected original series created by streaming services themselves. As of this year, 80% of licensed content is still released in full. New episodes are less likely to make a significant cultural impact because they are only new to streaming services rather than audiences as a whole. For the most part, this means that binge watching lives on in licensed content, 90s throwbacks, sitcoms, and cartoons, while original shows satisfy viewers who enjoy discussing new episodes with their friends and family. No one knows what the future holds for streaming services. However, as of now, I'm happy to watch episodes of new favorites every week and enjoy binge watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer in my free time. Review: The Summer I Turned Pretty. Warm weather, turquoise oceans, two families in one beach house. The Summer I Turned Pretty is a 3-season show about romance, summer and, more specifically, a love triangle between two families, two brothers, one girl. The show focuses on two families, the Conklins and the Fishers, who travel to Cousins Beach in Massachusetts every summer. The Conklins consist of the mom, Laurel, the dad, John, the son, Stephen, and the daughter, Isabel Belly. The Fishers' side consists of the mom, Susanna, the dad, Adam, and the two sons, Conrad and Jeremiah. The families were connected because of the close relationship between the two mothers, Laurel and Susanna. Susanna owns a beach house that the families stay in every summer. The Summer I Turned Pretty is an entertaining encampment of the intertwining of two families. Season 1. Season 1 of The Summer I Turned Pretty focused on Belly's view of summer at the beach house. Growing up, she had always loved the Fishers. They were basically family to her, all except for Conrad. Conrad was the love of Belly's life from a young age, which is a main reason why I believe she should end up with him. In this season, Belly changes and both of the Fisher brothers begin to see her differently. Belly now has the attention of two brothers and is conflicted on which one to pick. Spoiler: she doesn't. Well, not yet. This is the best season of the show because it takes time to not only show the audience how Belly is stuck in an interesting relationship with the two brothers, but it also focuses on the highlights of Summer and the relationships between other members of the family, specifically the moms. Laurel and Susanna have been best friends since high school, but are put in a conflicting spot when Susanna reveals that she has cancer, again. This relationship, along with shopping, going to the beach, day trips and ice cream are just a few of the reasons this season is my favorite. I also love it because at the end, though conflicted between which brother she wants to end up with, Jeremiah, who is outgoing, attractive and funny, or Conrad, who is mysterious and has a soul connection to Belly, she ends up with Conrad. In this season, Conrad is hiding the secret of his mom's cancer, which Steven, Jeremiah and Belly have no knowledge of. As a result of this, he is super moody. Even though Conrad is carrying this burden on his shoulders, he still manages to show up for Belly in every way, which is why I am Team Conrad. At the end of the day, Conrad is overall better for Belly because of their timeless bond. Season 2. Season 2 of The Summer I Turned Pretty is my least favorite season. The season flashes back to between-season events, and while it is still very focused on activity at the summer house, it lacks the summery feel and excitement of the prior season. In the beginning of this season, it is revealed that Susanna passed away. This shapes the whole season because we learn that the summer house was not just Susanna's but instead a part of her family's. One of the main reasons I don't like this season is because of the major changes from the book. They add unnecessary characters such as Aunt Julia, who is Conrad and Jeremiah's aunt, and Sky, who is their cousin. This really just throws off some of the plot because now they are involved with selling the house and they are major characters who next season are just taken away. While all of this is happening, Belly is still stuck between which boys she should end up with after her messy breakup with Conrad the previous spring. I still love this season, but it lacks the summer feeling that season 1 has, mainly because both moms are not present at the summer house. Susanna not being there has a large impact on the mood of the season, and overall, this is not the best work the show has ever done. The unnecessary characters, the lack of summer vibe and the loss of such detrimental characters is a real downgrade from previous seasons. Season 3. This season of The Summer I Turned Pretty is solely focused on Belly and her relationship with the two brothers. Not far into the season, Jeremiah is found to have cheated on Belly and thinks he has the solution to mend their relationship, proposed to her to make it up to her. This aspect alone already demotes this season from being my favorite. After they are engaged, Jeremiah and Belly plan to announce it at a cousin's beach reunion, which ultimately causes chaos. Conrad and Belly grow closer, ultimately ruining Jeremiah and Belly's plan to get married. The breakup between Belly and Jeremiah causes Belly to flee to Paris out of shame. Conrad visits her in France and so much goes down that ultimately results in the long-awaited happy ending between Conrad and Belly. This season, while I hate some parts about it, I love it. Though it is not season 1, it is still filled with so much chaos, traveling and drama that something new is happening every episode. The constant change and chaos made this season very entertaining, despite some inessential parts included. She also ends up with Conrad, who I believe is the best brother because of their deep connection, adding points to why I like this season. We learn so much about the characters individually, and we also get to experience Conrad's point of view of Belly in one of the episodes. Steven and Taylor's relationship develops at the same time, which brings a much-needed focus on a different relationship. My least favorite thing about the season, and the reason it is not my favorite, is because it really only talks about Belly and the brothers, with a bit of Steven and Taylor's relationship. It also mostly disregards Susanna's death and the overall summery vibe that was present in the previous 2 seasons. Final review. Overall, I would give this show a 7/10. I love the summery vibe, and even though parts of it are a bit cringy, it is a good show to watch if you like cheesy romance shows in summer.